Mic check. It sounded nice. No Robo Fella today, guys. How are we all? Are we ready? Okay, guys. Hello. How are we all? And so, it begins. The greatest battle of our time. Luke versus JoJo. I see we've got less than a sixth of the viewers in the German stream, but let's not worry about that. We are good. English community is going strong. 8 people watching right now. Nice. Nice. Before we start, let's just double check that the sound is okay, and then we can get off and make a start. Hopefully I haven't muted my mic like I did last time. We'll check that the sound is okay, and then we can get off and make a start. Hopefully I haven't muted my mic like I did last time. Right. Let me just get this up on my phone as well. And then we can go. Right then. Okay, let's X up. Luke says pray for me. Oh, sorry guys, I need to stop my stream. Okay. Right then. Oh, I thought I was going to cause a loads bug then, but it was fine. Right then, so we've got Rohan for JoJo, who is in the top, spawning as the blue colours. Going straight for Merry, and Luke is going to go for Mordor. Luke, I was actually just pronouncing. I'm reading the stream at the same time. Just practicing this matchup. Literally just before we started, about 5 minutes ago, he was practicing this matchup. We'll see if it goes better than it did in his actual practice game against Fabian. So, Orc Snooper coming along. Oh, there's a tree here for Mordor. I never realised that. So, just classical start, really. Just creeping the Wildman. The Snooper is going to go over here and grab a farm, producing some orcs from his orc pit. So, he's gone for Merry. Luke's scouting over here with the Eye of Sauron. It looks like JoJo is going to scout with Merry over here. Yep, he is good. Luke is good. Yeah, he's really good. Probably not as good as JoJo. I would say JoJo is probably the best player in the community at the moment. So, Luke's got his work cut out if he wants to beat JoJo. Ooh, look what's going on, guys. It's a gambling rush. Oh my god. Now, I did suspect that he might go for this because he tried this a couple of times against me. It didn't work particularly well. Ooh, a little bit laggy there. It didn't work particularly well, but only because I kind of countered it with cavalry and I got Aragorn because I was Gondor. However, ooh, it's really, really laggy. Not sure what's going on here with the lag. Yeah, I countered it, but it was only because I was Gondor that I could counter it so effectively. So perhaps against Mordor, particularly against an Orc spam Mordor, it could be really, really effective. So Gambling Rush is the new meta, guys. The new Rohan meta is gambling. Who needs horse archers when you've got gambling? Yeah, JoJo mixing it up. So I highly doubt that Luke is going to be prepared for this. Because there's no way in his head that JoJo is going to go for a Gambling Rush. He will not be predicting that. The sniffer's coming over here. Hashtag 3.8.1. Yeah. He's seen it. So, I mean, I never played that, but I'm sure that the use of spam here is a lot more in that. Germans have big push hosts. So, in comes Gambling. And he's going to get to level 2, surely, from creeping this troll as well. That's the other thing. And then, if you didn't know, guys, at level 2, Gambling can recruit his own units for free. And it also gives plus 20% damage and armor to all other units that are already out. Which is huge, actually. So 3 units and a big buff. A buff that's equivalent to, you know, a spell power. Ooh, nearly level 2, but not quite. But he will be able to get level 2 once he creeps the troll. In the meantime, Mordor is over here. He's just creeped his Wildman pit and he's going to creep the troll himself. Let's have a look at the CP. Ooh, he's going for trolls. This is the right counter, surely. This is really, really, because JoJo spent so much money on getting Gambling, has he scouted the trolls? Because he needs pikes now. He's going to desperately need pikes. Let's just keep clicked on this and make sure that he's going to get some pikes. He's got enough money to get them now, although he's going to have to scout that. He's producing a troll as well. Not producing any pikes yet. In the meantime, he's creeping the trolls quite effectively. And if he gets this troll money, which he should be able to do unless Merry steals it. The only problem with Merry being over here is he's not scouting. So he's not scouted the trolls. And he's got all swords here. He is getting pikes now. But by the time the troll comes out, it's very, very close to being recruited. The pikes are not going to be over there. So Merry didn't scout, but he's got pikes anyway. And JoJo does usually do that. Merry trying to get in some a steal on the money here. Is he going to be able to get any of it? He's running through them. No, too many orcs. And it looks like he's going to lose Merry here as well. The poison, I'm sure whatever his name is, Gorbag or whatever he's called, I'm sure he's faster than Merry. I guess he could use the speed boost. So, look at this. Rohan going for an early base push. However, the troll's coming out. No pikes on the field yet. They are just coming from the base. Another battalion of swords here and another battalion of swords here. The troll can move in here and try and attack Gamling. However, he is on level 2, so he might be able to take it down. But Luke decided not to push. I guess. Let me close my game ranger in a second. I guess Luke is thinking, and he's probably right, that he can't really fight Gamling there, because Gamling would be able to win. Just get off game ranger 1 second, guys. Spartacus is talking to me. Let me just end this. Right. Sorry, guys. So yeah, he wouldn't have been able to get Gamling in that situation anyway. I don't think. Once he gets a second battalion of... sorry, not a second battalion. A second troll out, then he could start to deal some real damage. However, the only thing there is that the pikes are just about ready to come out as well at that same time. However, at the moment, it's a clump of swords here. This is where Gamling is so effective against the orc spam. However, it's not just orc spam that he's going to have to deal with now. A little bit of damage being done there to Gamling. The troll rushing in, but then moving back. As soon as he gets that second troll, he should be able to push through and actually deal some real damage. However, the pike is just coming out now. That's going to get ready there to defend it. Maybe even like an archer battalion of orcs. He's going for some more CP. So it looks like Luke's going to be ahead on CP. JoJo getting his own CP as well. But JoJo is at his maximum CP now. So this one battalion of pikes and this one battalion of cav is going to have to fend the troll off as much as possible. Luke needs his troll in the middle of these orcs. Otherwise, this cav is going to be able to deal a lot of damage. Really good, interesting game so far. So the troll's chasing away the cavalry here. The thing is, this infantry here of Rohan is stronger than the orc infantry at the moment, especially with Gamling being in there. And as soon as he loses some stuff, well, Gamling's just going to be able to replace it straight away. Second troll coming in now. A charge of the cavalry. The troll should be able to uppercut them, and they do. And they knock back cavalry as well. Now, I would be focusing the cavalry with all of my units at that point. Let's have a look at the CP. So 357 CP. The orcs are dropping really, really quickly, and Gamling should be gaining some levels here. As long as these pikes are there, Gamling should be safe from the trolls. One troll is down there. So did they just... he must have trampled through the pikes with that troll. That's massive that troll is down. Now, one troll by itself is not going to be enough to be able to deal with Gamling. Because I'm sure Gamling would be able to take down a troll, especially with units around him. This is not looking good for Mordor at the moment. So this little exchange has definitely gone in JoJo's favour. Really, really good, interesting start to the match so far. And interesting strategies used by both sides. He's queued up 2 extra trolls, one coming out straight away now. This cavalry managing to deal a little bit of damage despite it being on very low health. Right, let's have a look at the CP. JoJo's CP has come through now. Unfortunately, Luke has not been able to buy a second CP, so JoJo has been able to catch up in terms of the maximum CP so far, and he's going to start to spam some more units. He's getting a second battalion of cavalry out now. The thing is, yes, Luke's got these trolls, which are kind of like cavalry, and they are a bit of a counter to cavalry too. The only problem is, charging into pikes again, trying to target Gamling. See the damage that Gamling does to the trolls as well. That's why one by itself would not be enough. And the cavalry doing lots of damage as well. The issue is, they've both got a mixed army. However, look at this troll's going to go down here. Gamling dealing damage and pikes dealing damage. This is looking really, really bad for Luke now. The problem is, charging into pikes again. Another troll is going to go down here, surely. If you can get rid of these pikes, it would be such more of a bigger deal. And even the cavalry will do well against trolls if he's got enough of it. However, as we can see, he can turn around. Now, the other thing is Shelob can come out and start to deal some damage. Now, if she can get the spiders produced and target those pikes, this could be a big deal. So he stopped loads of the units. The pikes are in really low health here, but he's charged into them. They're both on low health. Trying to target Gamling. Gamling is going to go down here, and Gamling is down. A nice catch there. However, he's lost about 4 trolls in this. And here comes the Druidane as well. So they're going to deal a lot of damage. He's now actually cancelled the troll production. I mean, I know he's lost a lot of trolls, but the trolls have done their job, really. They've taken down Gamling. Druidane going to be able to pin Mordor in the base for a little while. So let's have a look at the outside economy building just as that battle has finished. I would say, you know, a lot of damage dealt by both sides, but maybe Rohan slightly on top after that exchange. Although if we look at the economy, Rohan's got quite a few outside buildings. So has Mordor now being able to catch up. And Mordor's got 4 on the inside. Rohan only got 2 on the inside. So Mordor potentially a little bit further ahead on economy. Really good early exchange there. I feel like if Luke could have kept his trolls alive, instead of having 2 trolls in that situation, he could have had 4 or 5 trolls. I know it's easy to say observing, but if he had 4 or 5 trolls in that situation, because he kept the earlier ones alive, he could have dealt a lot more damage. He would have had to still retreat from these Druidane though. So both players grabbing farms. Rohan managing to push up with his infantry. Yeah, I tried to say in that little exchange that I tried to say in that little exchange that the problem, and here it looks like this troll's going to go down. You can see that cavalry are actually a good counter to trolls once they surround them. If you've got 2 or 3 trolls, it's actually really hard to kill them. But once you surround them, you can deal some damage. Although this one troll by itself is doing well against these reasonably weak Rohirrim, and he's going to be able to carry on the harass. But see here, he's going to be able to charge back in again and maybe deal some more damage. If he gets a 3rd battalion out, then that troll is going to stand no chance. Let's have a look and see what happens in this little skirmish. Looks like the troll might just about come out on top. And the troll can't really escape because cavalry is actually faster. In the meantime, a battle of the units over here. No more Gamling here, which is really good for Mordor. The troll's now level 2, so if it can win this, it can actually heal up. But it looks like it's going to just about die. Gulbag in here as well doing some damage. And Shagrat over here on a counter dealing some damage to Merry. Down goes the troll, but the both battalions of cavalry nearly dead as well. Really action-packed start to this game so far. Down goes Shagrat, but it was only a summon. So it's not like it was a real unit. And Rohan actually managed to be pushed back here. And a Cirith Ungol coming up with some Cirith Ungol pikes coming out. Really nice exchange so far between these 2 players. Pikes coming out. Let's have a look at the CP. So 200 CP from Rohan, whereas Mordor, well, 294, not that much of a difference, but he's being able to spam now. Potentially saving this spot for his 2nd barracks. So Rohan being pushed back, he's gone to his farm, which gives him a boost for his units. So Mordor deciding not to fight there, deciding to get rid of this Druidane statue instead. The thing with the Druidane statue is the actual Druidane themselves get recharged faster than the statue. So it is a good idea to get rid of the statue because this will be on recharge, but he won't be able to summon it anywhere because you do have to summon these units next to a statue. Cirith Ungol Pike's coming out now, which is a really big deal. They are so strong. Gamling coming back here. She's continuing to focus on the Gamling Rush. The Gamling Rush 2020 is real. 354 CP at the moment, and he's still spamming out some orcs. A 2nd barracks coming up. Now, how is Rohan going to be able to stop the orc spam here? 2 Cirith Ungol Pikes out. That is really nice. Now he's got enough stuff to be able to start to push Rohan back. This is an amazing game so far. I'm really enjoying this. Sorry that I'm not that focused on the chat, just because there's so much stuff going on in the game at the moment. So 2 Cirith Ungol Pikes. That's a huge deal. Is he going for the Rohan archers? Not yet. And how effective are Rohan archers against Mordor? I'm not sure that they're that effective. Just simply because Mordor's got so much stuff that it can span. Now, I would say that the Rohan cavalry is the cavalry archers is especially powerful against Imladris. Because Imladris have got very few units in their battalions, and they can just get absolutely slaughtered by those cavalry units. And even the Rohan cavalry is good against Lindens, because they've got so few units in their battalion. However, how good are horse archers against mass units like Mordor has? Like, okay, you kill a battalion of orcs every, like, I don't know, every 10 seconds, but there's so many battalions of orcs that are going to be out. I guess it would be good to target the Cirith Ungol Pikes, but even then, Ooh, misplacement of the pikes there. Lots of spell points going to be gained from that trample. It's like, yeah, orcs don't cost anything, but they do give away spell points if they get trampled. Pike's just out of position, but he pulls them back in time. That was a nice little bit of micromanagement there from Luke. But he's lost a lot of units there, a lot of orc units. Now, yes, they are free. Yes, he's going to be able to replenish them. But now, look, he's having to pull back. So before he was pushing forwards, now he's going to have to pull back, replenish a little bit. 3 pikes out already. Really, really nice play from both players so far. It's a really even game at the moment. So Luke's got 4 eco buildings, and these eco buildings reduce the spell points, the spell recharge, so 15%. So Shelob is almost nearly back already, which is really, really nice. It seems like JoJo is the one who's constantly trying to push Mordor, and Mordor is being pushed back, sometimes coming forward, but it looks like JoJo's been the aggressor so far. Nice splitting of the Cirith Ungol pikes here to go and creep the wargs. So 900 CP. Mordor is slightly ahead on the CP now. 700 CP for Rohan, but he's getting in his extra one. And building a tower here, just in case there's a little base rush. The Druidane is nearly back, but so is Shelob nearly back. It looks like he's going to try and target the Cirith Ungol barracks here. And you really do need to do that when you're playing against Mordor. A Nazgul is out. Nice. So a Nazgul would be a nice counter to Gamling. If Gamling ever gets in trouble, the Nazgul is able to chase it down. But he's going to have to be careful of these pikes. 3 battalion of pikes. The infantry of Mordor is so much bigger and so much stronger than the infantry of Rohan at the moment. The only counter to that, the only caveat to that is that Gamling is back. And Gamling is so strong. So maybe with Gamling being there, Rohan is maybe slightly ahead. But then, having said that, we've got a Nazgul here, and that Nazgul is going to be really, really powerful, especially when he can get Sauron out and he can unlock the Nazgul abilities. Really, really close game so far. So, if you don't know, which I'm sure most of us who are watching this probably do, but the Nazgul, they have abilities, but they have to be unlocked by recruiting Sauron. And as Sauron levels up, the Nazgul start to gain more powerful abilities. And they gain extra damage and strength. So basically, the one unit that can be leveled up is Sauron. The one hero that can be leveled up is Sauron. All of this level up as well. So here is Shelob, and the Druidane are summoned at the same time. Shelob trampling the Druidane here, which is going to be nice. So the damage output of the Druidane is going to be reduced. Shelob webs Gamling. If Gamling can kill Shelob though, and Gorbag coming in as well to deal some extra poison damage to Gamling, that is really, really nice. Cavalry charging in but getting trample decelerated. Let's have a quick look at the CP. Both armies being able to hold up pretty strongly at the moment. The YOLO Cav is here. YOLO Swaggins, the YOLO Cav is coming in and doing a YOLO trample. Nazgul on a little bit low health. Really nice exchange. Mordor targeting the well, which is nice because no more healing for the Rohan units now. Nazgul is here on quite low health. Gamling is over here on really low health. Gamling could go down here, and the Nazgul also on low health. This cavalry dealing lots of damage to these orcs where the pikes are not in the right formation. But it looks as if Gamling is going to go down here. Poison damage being dealt, although he's not being poisoned anymore. Shelob is down as well. The pikes are trying to chase down Gamling. There is nothing that is fast enough to catch him, although now the Nazgul is switched to his cavalry mode, looking like maybe he's going to try and target Gamling, which he is. So Gamling trying to run away. There are pikes here that the Nazgul have to worry about. A few orcs and a few Cirith Ungol pikes. And Gamling has got on his horse as well. Look how low health Gamling is on, almost on 0 CP, and the Nazgul is going to try and chase him down. In the meantime, these Cirith Ungol pikes are just about managing to survive. Let's have a look at the CP of Rohan, 282, whereas Mordor is continuing that spam of 3 orcs and managing to catch up on his CP. Gamling potentially is going to survive here. If he can trap him with any unit, even an orc battalion, just to slow him down, Gamling could potentially go down here. It looks like Mordor with his pikes is managing to do well, and a lot of these banner carriers, that power of Mordor, that banner carrier power is so powerful, because look, all of these battalions is just about managing to survive. Gamling getting close to some Cirith Ungol pikes there. The exile camp is up. He's upgraded it so he can get some free CP cavalry units. 1,100 resources. Look at this infantry of Mordor. The Nazgul continuing to chase Gamling down. However, as Gamling is continuing to run away, he's healing up. I mean, so is the Nazgul, but so close to losing Gamling there. A really, really nice save. Turning him into... mounting him on his horse and being able to run away even from the Nazgul. Looks like potentially... out comes some exiles, but this Cirith Ungol pike sat right on top of where they're going to spawn. If Luke targets these now... so it's just about managing to survive. A little bit of trample deceleration, a little bit of trample revenge damage. Another unit coming out. Is he going to be able to get out all these 3 units and keep them alive? It looks like he probably will. Ooh, that last battalion coming out as well, just before the exile camp is destroyed. What an amazing game so far, guys. Action-packed. So he's chasing these guys down now. Now, as long as JoJo can keep these units alive, they're going to be so powerful for him. A flying Nazgul. Oh my goodness me. He has to watch out for Gamling's arrow though. Gamling on his it's on low health here. He's near a tower. He has to watch out for Gamling. Ooh, nice. He has to watch out for Gamling because Gamling has... I don't know what's going on in the chat there. Luke seems to be complaining about something. Gamling has an ability. Is that Gamling there? Did I miss that? I did miss it. It looks like... That is incredible. It looks like I missed it. Gamling managed to... the Nazgul managed to use the Morgul blade on Gamling, which pins him and deals a lot of damage and managed to kill him in the end. That is huge. It almost looks like Luke is winning this at this point. Let's have a look at the CP, 792. So Gamling is down for the second time and JoJo recruiting him. That is amazing play there from Luke. Now, these units, there is no archers in this clump. Cav archers still not coming out. As I said, Cav archers much less effective against Mordor. So no archers, so not a counter to the Nazgul here. Although when it comes in, I think it does deal a little bit of damage when it attacks. Amazing, amazing game so far. The best game of Edain, probably, that I have seen so far. I know there's been a lot of really good games in Edain, but this one, honestly, is one of the better games that I've ever seen. Look at the debuff on these units as well from this Nazgul. This is where Mordor starts to become so powerful. They snowball so easily. Yes, he's got a lot of cavalry, but this Nazgul is an amazing counter to the cavalry, along with the Cirith Ungol pikes here in this clump. This cavalry is almost going to start to become useless. Sauron is out now as well, and coming into the battle. Oh, look at that! Look at that ability of Sauron there, the knockback. Let's just stop those cavalry in its tracks. Let's have a look at this here. Oh, Haldir is here. Haldir is such a strong power. What Luke needs to do now is he needs to avoid the Nazgul running into that unit. The only problem is, yes, these guys are so powerful. However, their power is in fighting expensive units. Their power is not in fighting orcs. Because, like, he could kill all of these orcs, and it's not going to be a massive deal for Mordor. I feel like the one faction that is really good against Rohan is Mordor, just because Rohan are so good at killing units. But then Mordor's a bit like, yeah, you kill my units, I don't really give a shit, because I can just build them all back for free anyway. Really, really interesting game so far. So, as we can see, spells... All you need to do when someone summons a spell and you're winning is just run away from them. And that is exactly what Mordor is doing here. How many Cirith Ungol pikes? He could still do with some more Cirith Ungol pikes. Let's have a look at the money. 3,000 resources. Who needs inflation? And Minas Morgul... yes, that is Minas Morgul, isn't it? Yes, Minas Morgul is coming up here for Mordor. Amazing. So all those resources is used to buy Minas Morgul. Rohan being able to push through a little bit through this Haldir summon and managing to harass them with these farms. Loads and loads of orcs with banner carriers. And he's just upgraded his farms as well to level 2. Sauron, with his influence of Sauron here on this farm, manages to level them up and gaining some more resources. Guys, I feel like the community has got so much better than me at the moment. Nazgul has to watch out for Gamling. I feel like I'm going to lose to Fabian today, but... Oh, the Nazgul! Oh, so close to losing the Nazgul there. Gamling trying to get in maybe to get this burning shot off. If I was Luke, I would just take him off the Nazgul for now. Let him heal up for a bit. This is like dangerous. Just take him off the Felbeast, I should say, for a little bit, just to heal him up. But he's confident enough to keep him on there, even though he's on very, very low health. But there's a spear throw potential as well. He needs to be careful here with this Nazgul. Gamling and the spear throw could take him down here. He's going to use that ability. He can't quite catch it. If Ymir was on his horse, he could maybe chase it down. Luckily, the Nazgul is slightly faster than the horse here. And he's healing up in the meantime. Is he going to be able to send it off? It's on recharge. It's on recharge, so he must have used it before. Looks like this Nazgul is just about going to be able to survive. The play and the skill of both players at the moment has been so high. I feel like when I was playing regularly, I was probably one of the better players. There was obviously Elendil, there was Mogat, there was Spartacus, who were really, really good players. He's got it being able to recharge here, and he's going to be able to use it. And he's just come down. Nice. Nice play. Yeah, I mean, they were definitely good players back in the day when I used to play regularly. But at the moment, the skill level of these two players has been so high. I've really, really enjoyed this game. It's looking like the strength of Mordor is just about surpassing the strength of Rohan. And again, I feel like it's not that Rohan is underpowered. Definitely not. Rohan is almost one of the most powerful factions in this game at the moment. However, the spam of orcs is just huge. It's really, really big. And Rohan's strength in its cav archers, its strength is against higher powered units rather than a massive clump of orcs. Really, really good game so far. So Mordor doing a little bit of scouting with the eye. Finally, after so long, there's a little bit of a lull in the action so that we can all take a breather. The well is up, guys. The well, nice. A little bit of healing on the well, but it looks like Mordor's got enough to be able to come through and just attack. Surely he's getting an extra CP. He is getting an extra CP here. He's got 2 Nazgul, and he's upgraded both of them. He has to be careful, though, with his micromanagement of them. Here comes Shelob out again. She should be able to trap Gamling, and Gamling could go down for the 3rd time here. Could go down for the 3rd time. Out comes the YOLO Cav, but how much damage is the YOLO Cav going to be able to do to this clump of orcs? A nice screech there, but it's not being affected because I think they've got fear resistance. This Nazgul has to watch out. He's gone into the cavalry form. He's now going to go into the Felbeast form so he can run away, I presume. No, he's just running away on the horse. Shelob fighting the YOLO Cav. Nice. The Druidane have come out. But again, like, Druidane are amazing. But against a clump of orcs, like, look, all of these orcs are just not being targeted at all. There's so many units that these really powerful archers that Rohan has aren't going to be able to deal that much damage. Because archers are not that effective against massive clumps of units. Ooh, Gamling could be in trouble here. Can Shelob pin him? She's going to go down before that happens. Gamling on level 7. 800 CP and 800 CP from both sides. So I feel like Rohan did really well in that exchange. Lots of battalions of cavalry here being able to trample all of these orcs as well. The Witch King of Angmar is out from Minas Morgul. It looks like Mordor is actually losing this battle. However, he's just pinned Gamling. Just got Gamling with the Morgul Blade. And Gamling has gone down for the 3rd time. There he is. Now he's a lesser Wraith. What a way to be killed. And it looks like the Witch King is going to be able to deal a lot of damage here. We just heard the horns of Rune, and some Rune reinforcements are coming. I'm just going to stay focused on this battle before I have a little check of that. It looks like Eormir has leveled up, and he's now getting resources per kill. So all of those +2s are from the per kill from Eormir. Eormir versus the Witch King. And Eormir is in trouble here. However, the Cav might be able to catch the Witch King. The Witch King is actually faster than Eormir. He's going to be able to kill him here. But the infantry of Mordor is completely destroyed. He's gone into his Cav form. Is that going to be enough to escape? Potentially. It looks like it will. But in comes a Nazgul out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, the Nazgul comes in. Is he going to be able to catch him? I think he will, because flying units are faster than cavalry units. He's going to be able to catch him here. And 1 hit and he is down. Amazing hero micromanagement from both players, really. Really, really good game at the moment. So, Mordor's infantry was just demolished by Rohan there. But his heroes have both gone down. And really, like, Mordor's not that bothered about all that infantry being lost. He's going to be super happy with that, with those heroes going down. There's nothing that he can really complain about here. He's got so many heroes out as well now. He's got 3 Nazgul. The 2 Nazgul from the Citadel and the Witch King. This is massive for Mordor. He's getting the Mouth of Sauron as well. So it looks like the hero spam is real 2020. But I can't blame him. Look at this. Morgul archers coming out as well. They can get fire arrow upgrades. I can't really remember how they get it, but they can get fire arrow upgrades. Amazing play from Luke. Amazing play from JoJo as well to be able to fend this off, because this is really, really powerful. Mordor in this situation is so powerful. Let's see. Is he getting Gamling back? He's not. Let's have a look at the CP here. 1,100 CP, but he's got 394. And Mordor is starting to run away with this game, I feel. He's regained control of the centre. Rohan is having to retreat. He's got Eowyn out now, who could deal some damage to these heroes. But is she really? Especially with the Morgul blades. Like, one Morgul blade, and look, he's leveled up Sauron. Where is Sauron? He's here. He's leveled him up to level 7. So at level 7, both Nazgul get the Morgul blade and they get the Screech. So they get both. So 2 Morgul blades here. That's going to wreck any heroes that that Rohan can buy. So yes, Eowyn is a hero killer, but she's not going to be able to kill any heroes. She's not going to be able to do her job because the Morgul blades are just going to be able to come in, pin her down, and as long as Mordor can deal with the heroes, he's not going to be too bothered about losing all this infantry. Morgul pikes coming out as well. Nice. Now, some cavalry archers are here, but as I suspect, they're not going to be able to deal that much damage to Mordor. Cavalry archers are not that great against... and the Horn of Harad. This is where Edain gets epic, guys. This is such an epic game. This is just like the movies. Harad come out, as long as he's got 300 CP, which he does not. As soon as he gets 300 CP, we're going to see some mumma kills on the field. Amazing, amazing game so far. He should be getting some more CP. He's not. So, a little bit of trample being dealt by these cavalry. Is he going to try and take Minas Morgul here? I don't feel like he's going to have enough to do it. And this is his entire army, really. Mordor was on the other side, getting rid of the exile camp. It's coming back in here now through the middle. The Ents. So, Rohan has killed enough. He's got enough spell points to get Ents. The only possibility of a win here for Rohan, I feel, is a base rush at this point. Is Mordor ready for that? Is Mordor ready for the Ents? Here we've got our first mumma kill. And cavalry of Mordor's itself as well, with these Haradrim Lancers, are out. So Rohan now is going to suffer the trample damage of the cavalry and the mumma kill. This is where Mordor gets even stronger in the super late game. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting towards the late game. But in the super late game, like, if he can get Sauron to level 10, like, there is no hope for Rohan. Currently at level 7. This ability has always been so powerful. 50% armor reduction. Rohan coming back here to try and grab the exile camp. The mumma kill leading the advance of Mordor. It's so epic. It is so epic. This is why I love Edain. It's just so epic. Like, look at it. There's no other game like this where you can have all of these super cool and also super nerdy and super geeky units on the field in an RTS game. Like, come on. This is when Edain is great. Honestly, I feel like I'm getting a little bit emotional here, guys. What a game we've seen so far. What a game. Mordor versus Rohan, just like the movies. 486 out of 1,100. I feel like Mordor is going to start to run away with it here. And, you know, like, in lore as well, Mordor would do this, to be fair. Like, Rohan would have a very big advantage if they could kill Mordor before Sauron got too powerful. But once Sauron gets too powerful, like, what's puny little Rohan going to do against them? I know that's not really good for game balance, but in terms of lore, this is basically what would happen. So many heroes, look, have been purchased for Mordor, and he's just got such a good ability to be able to replenish all of his units. He's got 3 barracks now that can produce 3 units. Minas Morgul, the Morgul Riders as well. Mordor has probably got stronger cavalry than Rohan at the moment. Like, unbelievable. He's going for the base push. He's going for the Ents. This is his last chance. Is it going to be a base trade? Because Mordor is very close here as well. How much damage are these towers going to be able to do? If only he had put fire arrows on the towers, he could have been able to survive. Is he going to maybe use Shelob and some rune? It doesn't look like it's going to be a base trade here, guys. Amazing. Druidain coming out to try and defend. The Citadel goes down. Shelob's coming out on the other side. What a game. My God. How long is this timer? The only thing is the Ents are on a timer, whereas obviously Mordor's army is not. In comes Haldir on the other side. The Mumma Killer has just gone down. The Orcs, the Mordor army is actually dropping. Now there's only 600 CP of Rohan here, but they're not dropping as quickly as Mordor is. Mordor's brought its cavalry back to try and defend. The timer is running quickly out for the Ents. However, look at Mordor's army. It's just completely been destroyed. Just by that summon and the towers alone. However, he's going to keep his heroes alive, I am sure. And Rohan actually is the one who's dealing most damage to the base. He's got enough money to rebuild the Citadel. They've still got just enough time. Are they going to be able to take this last building down? It looks like they will. Rebuild the Citadel, surely. He's not rebuilt it. Oh my god. They went for a base trade, but Rohan got the base of Mordor, and Mordor did not get the base of Rohan. That is huge. Mordor was definitely winning there, but that base trade was massive. Oh my giddy Nora. What a game we've seen so far. The base trade. The siege, guys. The siege of Rohan. Oh, amazing. So, now we're in a situation where Mordor is low on CP, and they're a lot less able to replenish it. Yes, they can get 3 orcs here. Now, he did deal damage to the Rohan base. How much money has Rohan got? Shitloads is the answer to that. 5,000 resources. Neither party can buy any can use any spell points because both their citadels are down. Mordor has now rebuilt it. Rohan is rebuilding his. Mordor instantly gets his spell points back, whereas Rohan is going to have to wait a little bit while the citadel gets rebuilt. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Look at that. Oh, that is a piss take. Only the little bit of a glitch there, and only 4 buildings being able to be reproduced for Mordor. However, the Ents have been used now. I still feel like calling this for Mordor. I mean, I know JoJo is such a strong player that he might be able to make something happen here, but can he stop the late game Mordor? I mean, he's lost his Mummakill. He's lost a lot of cavalry as well. But he's only on 144 CP. He's got loads of money in the bank, though. This one Haradrim Lancer is like, I'm going to get these guys. In comes some flying fell beast. What level is Sauron now? What level is he? I can't click on it. Oh, there he is. Level 8, I think it was. Yes, level 8. If you can get him to level 10, that's going to be massive. Just going for resource buildings here. Interesting. That's a real shame for Luke. That's a real bummer. 4 buildings he can build in his base as opposed to 6. Just because of that glitch. That is really, really unfortunate. Yeah, I understand that. Nick's so good. That's his say. Nick good. But Mordor still seems really strong here with all these heroes and these fell beasts. They still seem so strong. Lots of money in the bank for Rohan. It's close. It is close again. It's still close. Right into the late game. I feel like Mordor is just about edging it. Let's finally have a look at the chat to see what's going on in the chat. I've probably missed so much. I have missed so much. I can't really go back and look at it all. So look at these fell beasts dealing damage to the... And no CP Cav coming back out again. These exiles. Witch King should win this now. Yeah, the Witch King could be enough to win it. The heroes. Look at this cavalry. He needs more pikes. Cavalry coming in here now to Minas Morgul. Trying to maybe take Minas Morgul. Is he going to be able to do that, though? I don't think he will with these fell beasts. The fell beasts can quickly come back and regain control of the map. Ent's already a quarter recharge, though. But if he gets that Sauron ability... Because look, this is the thing, like... That little base trade... It was the Ents, really. It was only the Ents that let Rohan be able to go in there and attack Mordor's base. It was only the Ents that managed to do it for Rohan. It was the actual army of Mordor that managed to deal some damage to the Rohan base. Now, Mordor's still got a lot of its army. Rohan does not have the Ents. So surely Mordor is ahead here. And it looks like he is. Managing to get... The Ram Rush, though, on Minas Morgul... The Ram Rush with the YOLO Cav in combination. Really, really good idea there from JoJo to try and get it. It looks like he probably will get it as well. He's gonna get Minas Morgul here. So they're targeting the... Ooh, they're one-hitting the Rams, though. Down goes the Rams. Is he going to be able to save it? A few battalions of cavalry. Very, very low health for Minas Morgul at the moment. Is he going to risk attacking it? Or is he just going to have to retreat because of these fell beasts? Looks like potentially he's going to have to retreat here. And he's given the GG! And the GG is given! What a... Round of applause. Chat, round of applause, please, please. Round of applause. What a game. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. I didn't look at anything you were saying. That was action-packed from the word go. That was incredible. What a game. What a game. Mordor's strength in the end, too much, even for JoJo to deal with. And it's 1-0 to Luke. Who'd have thought it? 1-0 to Luke. I know Luke is an amazing player, but I figured that JoJo maybe would get all the wins in this matchup, but in these games. But no, look at that. Look at the final score there. So close throughout, but just the power of late game Mordor was enough to win. Again, look, the drops every time there's a little exchange, the drops in Mordor. Look at this drop here on that in that base trade that was. Mordor just got destroyed by Haldir. And that's it. GG. What a game. 2.16 kill to death ratio for JoJo. Not enough of a kill to death ratio against Mordor. But look, 1,900 units killed. I can't imagine. I don't know. I'd like to do an interview after this one. I don't know if JoJo thinks or believes that maybe he could have done better in that game. What he could have done better, because I can't think of anything that he maybe could have done better. Maybe the gambling rush is not the true real meta, because Luke did exactly what he needed to do. He went straight for trolls. Like, what a play. Because I don't know if Luke usually goes for trolls. Is that his usual strategy? I'm not sure. But if that's not his usual strategy, and if he's got the game intelligence to be able to think, well, gambling rush, so trolls is a great counter, then well played. Because that could have been massive in the early game. A hero like gambling in the early game against a Mordor spam, that would have been massive. And we're going for Mordor now with JoJo. Let's see what he does. My God, what a game. I think Luke won because JoJo's opening, or better, I think if JoJo would have played normal, it would have looked different. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe if he had not gone from the gambling rush, will he live to regret that decision? And the thing is, guys, Gondor is really, really strong against Mordor, in my opinion. I feel like JoJo is gonna be able to deal with the early rush. And I know I can say this now because JoJo is not in the stream. At least I hope he's not in the stream. He's stream sniping. Luke has been practicing a new style with Gondor that involves beacons. Okay, I don't know if he's going to use it today. Don't know if we're going to be able to see some bacon. Look at this start. Like, this is crazy, guys. This is crazy. This is the Mordor start. This is the Mordor meta. A barracks and 2 towers, the twin towers. Like, do you realize how much piss would have been taken out of you if you started with 2 towers in 4.4.1? Do you realize the absolute bullying that would ensue from starting like this? But it's legit. It's a good idea now, because the current meta for Gondor is just like, produce shitloads of swords and just rush into Mordor's base and just fucking kill them as quick as you possibly can. So the twin towers is legit. It is legit, and that's completely stopped that. You saw Luke trying to go in there and trying to harass the barracks, and he just had to pull back straight away. JoJo has a lot of experience versus Gondor rushes, as you can see. Like you can see this is the experience right there. The twin tower starts, unbelievable. The meta of the game is changing. Amazing. Right, Pike being produced now. Gondor in here harassing. I just feel like the skill level is so much higher now. So much higher. I feel like, everybody's there's so many players who are, at least on the level that me and Moga and Elendil and Spartacus that we were on back in the day. I feel like, Max Power, definitely JoJo, definitely Fabian, definitely Luke, as we've seen in these games. DSS, just the absolute best Edain player in the world right now. DSS killing it in the game. Smear Golem, Soloikos. There are a lot of players who have got a really, really high skill level at the moment. Sorry if I've missed you. I'm sure there's others. I'm just not that. I'm not that used to playing online these days anymore. But the skill level is so high. Look at that creeping as well. Like, it only ever used to be me who creeped like that. Everybody else used to creep with just a scout hero and 2 swords. But people using swords and pikes to creep. People using just pikes. Good to see. Good early game technique so far. Mordor coming in here to challenge the troll. And he's coming with his gore bag. And it looks like he's going to be able to get it. This is another thing that's really big at the moment. The troll battles. The people really battle to try and take each other's trolls. And use innovative things to try and do it. So coming in with 4 battalions of orcs and a gore bag. And he's simply going to have to retreat. So he's managed to kill the troll. But the troll steal. Really nice there from JoJo. Even the orc sniffer's getting involved in this. Or the orc snooper, whatever it's called. He's having to back away. Can't even go in there. Doesn't even want to risk going in there to try and do the little money pot rush. Great start for JoJo so far. 3 eco buildings. And look, this is another thing about the meta. Where are all of JoJo's outside economy buildings? He's got none. Here is the bacon. The bacon. And there's another one over here as well. But the only problem is, how is he going to defend it against this orc clump? It looks like the orc clump's going to be able to take it down. He hasn't switched it on. He switched it on now. Has he switched this one on? I don't think he switched this one on yet. It looks like he's going to be able to take it down. Has he got a rebuild? He does have a rebuild. So he's going to be able to kill some time. And whilst he's attacking this, some of these orcs are going down. Let's have a look at the CP. 400 CP so far. The rebuild is in. But he's managing to produce more orcs from his 2 barracks now. That rebuild is nice. Is he going to be able to actually save it here? Gorebag coming in and dealing a lot of damage as well. Potentially he's going to be able to save it. Let's have a look at the base. 3 and 2 barracks. He is going to be able to get it. Look at that clump of orcs. All attacking in unison. But he's losing a lot of them. 320 CP now. So he's lost the beacon. But he's lost a lot of these orcs as well. Like I said before. You know, yes, they're free. But that stopped a lot of his harassing power now. So he's managed to take that down, which he probably needed to do. In here, he's harassing over here on this side of the field. And all of Gondor's units are over here now, defending that beacon. Another beacon over here that JoJo is unaware of, though. Just remember me to ask JoJo 10k necro coins and beacons good right now. I don't know. This is what Luke has been practicing with. I don't know how effective they are. I assume they're pretty effective. I mean, 3 units. I'm not going to complain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eco buildings. He's gone for Cav. Luke is going for Cav here. 3 orc battalions with no pikes. 1 pike over here. Soon as his cavalry comes out, but where's the money for it? Like I feel like he needed that troll creep for the money to get the Cav. Mordor pushing back on both sides and harassing in the meantime and creeping at the same time. Creeping like Goodfella though. By which I mean badly. Okay, so Merry coming in here now to... Pippin, sorry, coming back. Losing some of his units to the wargs. This is not going well for Luke so far. I feel like Mordor is building its position so strongly. Again, still creeping like Goodfella though. What a noob. Wargs chasing him down. Losing a lot there. He's only on 140 CP, whereas Mordor's on 627. And looks like Mordor's going to capture both trolls here. This is potentially looking like GG. Unfortunately for Luke. Such a strong start for JoJo. And the thing is, Mordor's start is weak. So as long as he survived the start, and sometimes that's all Mordor really needs to do is just survive the start. Because the snowball is going to be so strong now. 139 CP for Luke. Being able to summon some units now. 259. 2 sword battalions he summoned. Troll pit going down over here. Mordor being able to fight and fend off Gondor's army. Just with these few battalions of orcs and Shagrat. He's pushing back the entire Gondor army. And in the meantime, he's doing other stuff. He's creeping. Oops. Don't worry, that's not a crash. That just sometimes happens. Yeah, he's doing other stuff. Pushing through the middle. In comes the cavalry. He's going to be able to deal some damage with the cavalry, but I feel like it's not going to be enough here. Especially since, look, he's got like no eco, whereas Mordor's eco and his base looks so strong. Moloch, maybe. Let's have a look at the eco. 1,000. Nazgul incoming. Let's have a look. No Nazgul being recruited yet, but potentially soon. These units deal extra damage without heavy armor, so they're going to be good against orcs. Although, how much extra heavy armor do you need to do? Shagrok goes down there. Look, just the most over the top death animation ever. Not quite as bad as the battle wagons that do a backflip for some reason when they die, but pretty over the top. Another bacon. The bacon spam is real. Dud? Question mark? Is this you? Are you back? Dud 2020 confirmed? Or is this the source strat? Gondor units again coming in. It's looking better now. I feel like with the cavalry, they're going to be able to defend these beacons a lot more easily. The rebuild is back. He's got a tower to defend with it as well. This could work. Maybe. Mordor's definitely still winning, I'd say. But what is that? He hasn't just destroyed it, surely. No, he hasn't just destroyed it. So 2 more units being produced here, and the lone tower comes up, which can target the pikes. Nice little exchange going on over here. He's got a rebuild. I'm going to leave that just for a second to have a look over here. The Cirith Ungol is out, and the pikes are out, which is huge for Gondor. Huge for Mordor, I should say. Gondor being able to harass over here. This is basically 3 units versus 3 units at this point. Who'd have thought it? Look at Mordor's CP is going to start to drop really heavily here. He can't take down that beacon. Another really good game at the moment. What a couple of games we've seen so far from these 2 players. Look at the trample as well. Still no in-base eco. So Mordor definitely ahead on the eco, but who gives a shit about eco when both players are producing 3 units as their main unit? Like, who fucking cares anymore at this point? Eco is for noobs, guys. You heard it here first. You heard it on the channel first. Eco is for noobs, and we can see it now. In comes some pikes to try and defend against this cavalry. But as long as the cavalry is... It's almost like as long as the cavalry can defend the beacons, like, it's been effective already. Rangers now, maybe? I don't know. What's the next play here? Because these Mordor clumps are starting to have pikes in them, which just makes them so much more effective. Harassing, though. Gondor with the harass. The multi-splitting harass. So good. I thought I was good when I was just splitting and harassing all over the place. Really great game so far. Coming in to defend over here. Double harassment. Units and clumps of units all over the place. Harassing farms. Out comes the first Nazgul. That's going to be great for the debuff. How is he going to deal with these Cirith Ungol pikes? That's the main issue at the moment. How is he going to deal with these Cirith Ungol pikes? I guess his idea is just spam shitloads of stuff. Then again, he can build archers from the beacons too. So I guess maybe like archer beacons? Beacon archers, I should say. Maybe that's a legit strat. To kill these pikes. And then just mass cav? I don't know, maybe. It could work. So 2 big clumps of Mordor at the moment. Nazgul coming out as well. Let's have a look. Is there any way to be able to see how many... how much... I don't think you can see how many points he's got from these beacons as an observer. Little bit of a lull in the action just for some harassment play. But like these Cirith Ungol pikes are probably going to lose to these swords anyway. They're not classed as heavy armor, right? Out comes Shelob. And the Nazgul coming in to give a debuff too. Looks like he's potentially going to lose a lot here. He's got to be careful that he doesn't suffer a base rush here. Got to be really, really careful. He's got some pikes at the gate. Close the gate. Close the gate. Oh, God. Close the gate, Luke. He's closing it now. Too late. 1 Cirith Ungol pikes goes in. Tried to pull them back out because he was worried about them. They're lost in there now. Maybe if he produces a sword battalion, they might be in trouble. Are they going to be able to deal any damage? Couple of units of Gondor going to be able to go down here. Now it looks like Mordor's going to be able to take this beacon down. Gondor over here controlling the bottom half of the map at the moment. Some cavalry units, but there's pikes in these clumps. Looks like these Cirith Ungol pikes are going to be able to deal some damage. Now he's got these in times of need. The fiefdoms have come to defend the White City. Each reinforcement from the fiefdoms arrives with additional soldiers. So every time he makes soldiers, they're going to get additional ones. Is that 4 units being able to be recruited? Oh my god, the strat is real. Bacon OP. For real. For realsies. Shelob going down. Multiple battles going on at the same time. He's used his rebuild, so he won't be able to keep this barracks, but pff, who needs a barracks when you've got beacons? We should say bacons. Look at this. Another amazing game from these two players. Archers as well. This is what I'm talking about. These archers could be the counter to the Kirathungal pikes and then just mass cav to deal with the orc spam. 4 free battalions. I know, right? 4 free battalions. Huge deal. And like, look, Nazgul aren't that great at trampling even swords. They suffer a lot of trample revenge damage. Or maybe they're just not that tanky. 4 free units. But then, like, how many free units is Mordor going to get, to be fair? Lone Tower can target the pikes. He's not. He's talking to the orcs. He needs to switch it to the pikes ASAP. Could get even a second Lone Tower there. Lone Tower spam as well. Look at all these orcs that have got no pikes near them. I feel like he needs another battalion of cavalry to be able to deal with those massive orc clumps. Down goes a bacon. He's got another one here, though. Maybe he needed more bacon. Maybe that was the key to victory. 2 years ago, the spell was completely different. Sparta, don't think about things that you don't know. Don't talk about things you don't know. A little bit of an argument going on in my chat, it looks like. You also had free upgrades. Yeah, so, yeah, they used to have free upgrades. That was so OP. The thing with Mordor at the moment is he's got no, like, cavalry-style unit, apart from the Nazgul. So it's pretty safe for Luke to just keep spamming swords. And he's even getting the archers out now. Whereas Gondor has got cav, and he's producing a 3rd battalion. Nice. Right, let's have a quick look at the CP. Okay, 900 as the max CP. He's not getting any more. Gondor not too far behind him on 700 CP. This beacon is going to go down, though, but at what cost? Because limited number of pikes, 3 battalions of cavalry are out on the field. Massive orc clump here that has got no pikes in it. Has he got enough to rebuild the beacons? Like, for me, I would say just keep rebuilding the beacons, Luke. They're doing you well. He's getting CP of his own now. CP limited. CP blocked for the cavalry coming out. Look. He's managed to fend off so much of that orc clump. Even just with the units themselves. 2 battalions probably not enough to deal with this orc clump with Sauron dealing that annoying AoE damage. See how bad it is? Not too bad. Rebuild the beacon, surely? I mean, go for it. It's working. There's a Moloch on the field. Nice. And that's going to be really, really strong. This is now JoJo's kind of like, ooh, this is his cavalry style unit. Look at the trample. The beacons can produce pikes, but he's not getting any of those beacon. He's not getting any of that beacon economy because all the beacons are down. So where's he going to get his pikes from? He's having to rebuild a barracks to try and get some pikes to deal with Moloch. Now, the thing with Moloch is, yes, he's very strong, but he's not tanky at all. So it's a risk going for him. I like it. I really like it. It's a good counter to this strategy of just all swords. But he's not tanky, and he can easily be lost if you're not careful. Obviously, JoJo, one of the best Dane players in the world at the moment, he can easily be able to deal with the beacon, the cavalry. The Moloch. 9. Das ist nicht gut. Das ist schlecht. Oh mein Gott. But then, having said that, der Brunnen ist gut. Der Brunnen ist sehr gut. Oh my god, I just got a notification from my Hinge. Apparently someone's liked me on Hinge. Hashtag dating fella. Living my best life. Right. Mordor looks like he's gaining control of a bit more of the map. Gondor has got a lot of it. In terms of eco, I feel like obviously eco is still really, really important. There's no getting away from that. But I feel like the size and the power of your army is the most important thing at the moment. Like because the outside buildings are so expensive, it's like once you invest in them, you've really got to keep hold of them. And to keep hold of them, you've got to have a big army. You've got to be able to kill your enemy's army to keep hold of them. So it's like the power of the army is the more important thing at the moment in Odane, rather than the map control. Beacons going down, left, right, and center. That's the issue. Like, he can't keep hold of these beacons. Look at the Moloch. Nice splitting of the army from JoJo. Harassing the beacon on one side. And, ooh, Shelob coming back out. In comes Shelob. What's she going to choose to pin down? She's going to choose to pin down the cavalry. Ooh, and the Moloch against the cavalry. But look at Moloch's health. This is what I'm talking about. He's so untanky. And cavalry is faster than Moloch, surely. He's close to the pikes. Oh, we just missed the pikes there. But the cavalry should be able to chase him down and get the kill. Such an expensive investment is Moloch, and he is not tanky at all. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, JoJo is an amazing player, and he can micromanage him really well, but so is Luke, and he can micromanage his cavalry, easy peasy to chase him down. Another great game. It's looking like Mordor is winning it, though, I would say overall. Gondor at 327, and he just can't keep control of the map. My gosh. I feel like I need a break. Never mind the players. Whew. My God. Yeah. Moloch down. No. Rip. Finally, we have like a little break in the game. Spider's in here trying to harass. Right. Heal up at the well. It's looking really strong for Mordor though now. Like that strategy of beacons, it looked like it was going to be really strong, but JoJo's managed to just take them down slowly. And when you've got no map control, how are you going to make beacons work? Hashtag Team Moloch for the win. Gondor coming back out now. 4 more free units. And he's just managed to catch right back up with the CP. I would feel like he should go for archers here. Now that Moloch is dead, is he going to repurchase him? He's not. Full base of eco, but so does Gondor, and Gondor's gone for the marketplace as well. Nazgul managing to keep his Nazgul alive. The thing with Moloch being killed now is that he doesn't need to worry about the pikes. He's gone for upgraded pikes though. Gone for forged blades on his pikes. Interesting move. He doesn't really need to worry about the pikes so much now. Look at this. I guess the forged blades are going to be amazing on the cavalry. Absolutely destroying the Mordor clump over here. He's gone for Dol Guldur for the poison on the units. Let's have a look here. He's got his rebuild for his beacons. The beacons not being that effective. He needs control of the map to make these beacons work. And Mordor is just so good at control of the map with all that orc spam. Fella, can you count to 3? 1, 2, 7. Did I do it? Was that right? I think that was right. The Gondor troops are stronger here, I believe. Gondor should be able to win this, and the cavalry is winning elsewhere, and it's coming in now for a trample. Look at this, 9 spell points from Gondor. What a great couple of games we've seen so far, but look at all the blue at the bottom half of the map. Gondor is being forced to stay at the top. 619 CP. Just Castellans. Yeah, Castellans, that's a win. Castellans is a win. This is it. Mordor's getting close to the end game now. He's got the whole map. He's gone for Rohan answers, and he's used it. But oh, I forgot. You have to wait now, don't you? He's used it. Where's he put it? Yeah, as I suspected, right at the back. So we can wait till he gets the whole Rohan and base rush maybe. Hashtag base rush. The 2 base rushes in 2 games, maybe. I guess the upgraded pikes is going to be good to counter the Nazgul trample. Definitely the forged blades are going to be good for the cavalry to regain some control of the map. Castellan's out. Castellans are so strong. He's going back to his beacon, the trusty beacons. Lone tower near it. I so feel like JoJo is not ready for Rohan answers. He's not prepared. He doesn't realise it's going to come. Ooh, the upgraded Haradrim Lancers. How are they going to do against the upgraded Gondor Knights? I wonder who actually wins that. In the meantime, the beacon being harassed. Look at the Castellans. Although they're suffering a lot of damage. They're being targeted here and they're suffering a lot of damage. Is he going to be able to take them down? I guess these guys are not classed as heavy armor either, are they? So these swords will be pretty good against them. Nice summon there from Gorbag to summon in some more Kirith Ungol to help with the fight. Gondor's unit's just crumbling here. 228 CP. Mordor is looking too strong at the moment. Looks like Gondor won that that little battle. Although, no, the Hadron Lances just retreated. Where's the mummy kill? There he is. Nice. Upgraded with the spiky tusks. Forgot what the name of those things were then. Tusks. That's what they're called, good fella. I actually did a biology degree as well. I did a biology degree and I forgot what a tusk was called. I mean, he could be losing, but he's got a well, so, I mean, you know, you never know. And also, Siege, come back, Siege, come back. Lol, is he watching the stream? Is he watching the Goodfella jokes? He probably is. Or is he just lolling the mumma kill? Yeah, that's his sneak good. That's his sneak good. That's his GG. Oh, they can attack walls! What? I did not know that. They can attack walls. Oh my god, that's GG. Ik heb mal wieder Zusand gebracht mein halbe Army zu verkaufen. I have no idea what that means. I probably butchered all that pronunciation. He is banking even more armor. Who's banking? 2,500. Aragon? Maybe? Maybe. Who knows? Why is that one getting damaged more? How does that make any sense? The AoE damage on the wall. That's nuts. Look at that. Mumma kills OP. For real. Luke decommissioned his knights. Oh, 9. Oh, that's his sneak good. But Rohan answers the call. But it is not going to be enough, surely. Rohan answers. The last... Oh my god. Look at the +2s. Amazing. Amazeballs. How long is the timer? Not too bad either. He's going straight for the base, it looks like. Fuck the units. Go straight for the base. Let's have a look at the CP. I mean, hardly a dent in the CP, but he's going straight for the base. Towers. The tower panic buy is real. Although he's got loads of towers on the outside as well. Easily going to be able to defend this. So he's gone for the base rush, but... I mean... They're half time now anyway. This is looking like GG for Gondor, I would say. A nice attempt for the base rush, but like he's only killed half of the citadel alone. More run units or whatever they're called coming out. Down goes the wall. Two parts of the wall down from the mumma kill. And the mumma kill alone could charge in and deal shitloads of damage. Down goes the citadel for Mordor. No spell points for JoJo. Which is not going to be enough, this Rohan cavalry. It's just like, how is he going to destroy everything, including the towers? It's not going to be enough, whereas Mordor's army is too strong to deal with. GG 1-all. He did get Aragorn in the end. He's still got a lot of money, 2,000 resources. Rohan trying to deal some damage, but hardly any damage being dealt, and they're just about to run out. So let's focus on the Gondor base. The mumma kill doing well, although it looks like he's going to die. The mumma kill is schlecht for Luke. The barracks Eagle's trying to attack the mumma kill. It's like flies flying in your face. And there's the GG. Another really good game, but a concrete victory for Mordor there. I liked the beacon idea, but he just couldn't keep control of the map. And without map control, beacons, obviously, you can't do anything because you just haven't got any. The strength of Mordor, so strong. No troll rushes so far, which was my go-to strategy. It was always my go-to strategy for the map control with the trolls, but I focused on trolls, not that important in those two games. I mean, I know it was important in the first game, but only because I feel like that was only because of the gambling rush. No trolls there from JoJo, other than Moloch. Another really, really good game. GG. Very close, but then Mordor kind of went away with it. Great game. I feel like I'm gonna have to go AFK to grab a drink. This is hard to commentate on. So much action. Edane. What a game. I'm actually just gonna request now that I can go AFK. I need 2 mins for a drink. Hashtag for real. Hashtag great games. Right, I'm going AFK, guys, for 2 seconds. I'm just going to grab a drink, and then I will be back. Great game so far, though. Really, really good. Right, guys, we are back. So, looks like now we've got a Rohan against a Gondor as the last game. Both players picking three same factions. They obviously believe that they are the strongest factions at the moment, and I'd probably agree with them on that. I've gone for Gondor, Mordor, and Imladris. Now, the only reason I've gone for that is because Rohan is evil. It's evil to its core. It is a disgusting, disgusting faction, and anybody who plays them is an absolute piece of trash. So that's why I haven't picked them. But I mean, it's absolutely fine that Luke and JoJo have picked them. Right, so Gondor here is starting with a barracks. It looks like he's going to go for 2 eco buildings straight away. Now, I personally don't like to do that just because it doesn't give me time to start producing my first units straight away. Like I've said before, I personally feel that the unit and the army is the most important thing at the moment, just because your eco buildings are so expensive. So I would rather get a unit out before I go on eco building, because what if my enemy has gone for a unit and they start to harass it and I've got no units to defend it? Like, it just seems to me like, because they're so expensive now, the most important thing is the army itself. And then once you've got the army, then you feel safe to invest in the eco. That's how I feel anyway. I could be wrong on that, but that's my current theory of Edain in 4.5. We'll see. I'm sure that everybody's going to beat me anyway. I feel like I'm probably going to lose to Fabian, to be honest, later today. But I don't mind. I'm way out of the loop these days anyway. So, Rohan going for a peasant spam. Let's have a look at the CP and the spells. So he's actually gone for draft, which I think is a little bit unusual. I do believe that the most common strategy is to go for the horn, isn't it? At the moment. But he's gone for draft, and he's gone for draft on his inside building. Looks like Gondor is maybe trying to go for a base rush here. Could maybe deal some damage to it, although he's got 2 peasants chasing him. Can you imagine being these Gondor soldiers with, like, peasants chasing you with hammers and sickles, wanting to bash your face in with them? My God, it must be terrifying. So, over here we got Pippin creeping. So, a slow start for JoJo standards. Here he's coming in now and with 2 battalions and starting to fight. It's very usual with JoJo's Gondor that he's very, very aggressive early on. Even to the point where he wouldn't like maybe creep. Usually he goes with his scout hero and his first starter unit to creep straight away. It looks like he's decided to go for a little bit of creeping first, but now he's really starting to pile on the pressure with his Gondor. And this is just classically what he does. Really hyper aggressive. I mean, I did it as well. So probably both me and JoJo have really been developing this like really aggressive Gondor, but JoJo is just better at it than me. So yeah, it's just like a really hyper aggressive Gondor. He's not gone as super aggressive as he usually does, but he is piling on the pressure now. So he's gone for the horn. It looks like maybe Rohan's going to be able to catch this farm. Let's have a look. So he's got 2 eco buildings. Obviously his production buildings are eco buildings as well, which is a really big advantage for Rohan actually. He's gone for an early exile camp. Oh my giddy Nora. He's gone for an exile camp straight away. He's only got 1 battalion of pikes out here. Oh no, he's got 2, sorry. What am I talking about? He's got these 2 units over here though, which are really vulnerable. Has he got enough CP for the 1st Cavalry? He does. And he's got enough money for it. Go for it. He is going to go for it. My God. I wonder if he's actually calculated this as well, because he's not producing any more units. Oh, he is. Oh, no, he's not. I wonder if he's calculated that, you know, I wonder if he's got a build order for that, because that seemed really, really lucky if it wasn't a build order to have just the right CP ready for the 1st Battalion of Cavalry to come out. Nice micromanagement of it too to avoid the pikes. He can come down here if he can see them. Does he not realise that they are there? He's going towards them now. He must surely see them now. Can he catch them in time? He's moving towards the pikes. Oh, and the cavalry has just gone in the wrong direction. Could have caught some sword units out there. However, his clump of peasants is targeting the pikes really well. The pikes are out positioned from the swords. A trample in there on the swords, and he's missed all of the pikes. That was an amazing trample. He's managed to keep hold of all of his units in that battalion. Great trample there. Another pike battalion is coming in. It's actually being harassed by some peasants in the meantime, though. Pike battalion in porcupine formation. These 3 pike battalions now should be enough to fend off this 1 battalion of cavalry. However, he's targeting... Ooh, sword units out of place there. Still sword units out of place. But too risky maybe to go in for that charge. Nice micromanagement from both players there. The Gondor infantry is so much stronger than the peasants, though. He's got 2 battalions of cav now. Ooh, caught some and just missed the pikes. Amazing cavalry micromanagement there. Especially considering how laggy it is. Ooh, that's his sneak good, though. That is his sneak good. Straight into the pikes. But not lost a lot. Not lost a lot. And killing units. If he can keep this up, if he can keep this little poking, it's almost like a jab of... cavalry. That was a bit more like an overhand right than a jab. But this little jab of cavalry just taking out these units, these sword units. In every trample, look at them all dissolving. As long as he can keep taking out these sword units. Pikes here now. Ooh, that is not good for the cavalry though. However, look at all the swords being killed. Because as long as he can keep killing these swords. So the swords are better than the peasants. But if he kills all the swords, then obviously the peasants are still better than the pikes. Stop charging in though, Luke. Stop charging into the pikes. You're doing so well. Another battalion of cavalry coming out. Can he heal these up? Don't charge in again. Careful, careful, careful. Oh, there goes one battalion. Ooh, this 1 battalion's got 1 unit left. He could keep this alive though. There goes all of that clump of Gondor. Is he going to try and keep this unit alive, or is he just going to YOLO it? Cavalry battalion out now for Gondor. So JoJo, as he usually does with Gondor, gone straight for some cavalry of his own. However, he's only got 1 battalion of pike infantry now. And Luke has already got pikes of his own. This 1 battalion is still alive. Is he going to try and heal it? The Druidane is out! Oh my god. The poison damage as well. He nearly lost that entire battalion of cavalry. Just to the Druidane alone. How powerful are the Druidane? OP? Question mark? That certainly seemed like it there. When it's a cavalry battalion. A cavalry battalion. Yeah? That can run away really easily. And it's JoJo, who's not going to miss a beat. It's not like he's seen it and left it there. It nearly lost. If that was anybody else, or somebody with a bit less micromanagement, that cavalry battalion would have easily died. Look how close it was to dying, especially with that poison damage as well, that deals damage over time. But amazingly, he's managed to keep it alive and put it near a well. So we will have 2 battalions of cavalry out. In the meantime, he's going over here to creep the goblins. Really, really nice play. So he's managing to gain control of the map, despite Rohan being way ahead in terms of the army. Although perhaps not way ahead, because a similar CP, it feels like Rohan is ahead though. It really feels to me like Rohan is ahead in terms of the army. But he's going to be able to keep this 2nd battalion, which is huge. Massive, massive, massive. To be able to keep 2 battalions alive. Because if he was on just 1 then, he would be losing the cavalry battle. And he'd be pretty much buggered for the rest of the game. Look at this though. He's already upgraded his exile camp. Got plenty of eco on the inside. Gondor got hardly any eco on the inside. This is really, really... I feel like Rohan is potentially winning this at the moment. It's not looking great for Gondor, especially because his outside farms are being harassed too. What's happened with this Gondor battalion? It's still on 2 units. That's bizarre. I feel like the replenishment has been slowed, but I didn't feel like it would be slowed that much. Now he's got 3, and now they're starting to replenish. That's not good, though. So, although he's kept it alive, at the moment he's really only got 1 battalion that he can use. Rohan also creeping over here, so that suggests to me like he's going to go over and discover this farm. A little bit of a battle over here now. The barrage comes in, however, nicely just walking away from it. So, good timely retreat there. And yes, some units are probably going to go down, but potentially not even an entire battalion from that. Erkenbrand is out as well. That is really, really nice. And he's on the swords. He's not on the pikes. I agree with that decision. I agree with that decision. Just have normal Rohan pikes to deal with the cavalry. That will be fine. And have Erkenbrand to be able to summon more swords to get rid of your enemy pikes. I really like that decision from Luke there. So let's have a look here. 729 resource, 447 CP. Another great game so far. Really, really well balanced, really even game, and nice strategies used from both sides. Now, he's actually cancelled that townhouse. What an evil, evil person JoJo is. He's just killed those people for his own benefit. And he's gone for blacksmiths instead of townhouses. So it's looking like he's going to go for upgrades rather than maybe going for tower guards. Although a lot of the time he does go for tower guards and rangers despite having the blacksmiths. So good early game so far. Not a decisive blow by either side, but I'd definitely say that Rohan has come out on top from the early game. To be expected maybe, but against JoJo, definitely not to be expected. Druidane's statue is still up. This is what I was talking about earlier. See how much more quickly the actual Druidanes themselves get recruited before the Druidane statue. So as long as he can keep that alive, which he might be able to do, although Gondor is looking like he might try and target it. He needs to target it, really. He can't afford to leave it up. The Druidane, though, are going to be able to come out. If it's going to go down, you may as well summon it anyway, I would say. Is he actually going to target it? It looks like he's waiting for the Gondor to move a little bit further away. Is he going to use it now? I would actually recommend using it. He definitely should use it now that they've walked away. Or I guess they are already retreating. Okay, he's getting out lots of these Marshals of Rohan. Really, really nice decision here, again from Luke. 340 CP for JoJo. Now, if Luke can get cavalry, archer cavalry, if he can get archer cavalry, then this could be almost GG. Because they're so strong, and to be able to counter the archer cavalry, look at this cavalry charging into pikes and just giving zero shits. Like, it's way better than 4.4.1, but it's still pretty strong, just charging straight in. I mean, he has lost a lot there. But so has Gondor. Look at those sword units. And if he can kill the sword units, then his infantry can just do the rest with the pikes. That is huge. I feel like cavalry charging in again. He doesn't need to keep charging in, especially now that they're only pikes. Stop charging in, Luke. Pull them back, because you may as well keep them alive. I mean, he's got a lot of money to... That's got that much money to replenish them. Losing the cavalry here, I would definitely try and pull back this. Try and pull it back and heal it up if you can. More cavalry. Is he just going to run straight in here to the pikes? It looks like he is. One battalion here still alive. But he's just kind of charging in and not really caring. He's just wanting to get the kills here, which, I mean, I don't really blame him. He's just wanting to kill as much as he possibly can. And Gondor's CP, it's now on 400, but most of that is actually cavalry. 3 battalions of cavalry he's got. Almost no infantry. 2 units of swords we can see here. That stuff is down just because he's got so much cavalry that these weakened pikes are not going to be able to defend well against it. Cavalry charging in there to the soldiers of Mesidil. Now it's really... JoJo's really only got cavalry. This is looking so strong for Rohan. Could we have a surprise defeat? Could JoJo go out here? Both players have played so well in all 3 of these games. It looks like Rohan's going to be able to take control of the rest of the map. Now, if anybody can fight back from this position, it's definitely JoJo. He beat me earlier when I was in largest and he was Gondor, and I completely won the complete control of the map, and I had both outposts, and he still managed to come back with Army of the Dead and with Tower Guards and with Heroes. However, I feel like Luke is in even better position than I was at the moment with this Rohan. Let's have a quick look at the chat, just because it's a little bit slower now as we just have some harassment. Merry Chilling near Mass Massacre. Max was first match. That was intense. Yeah, these have been intense games all round. Gondor cavalry coming in to try and take the exile camp. And the Druidane coming back out, but shouldn't be able to deal too much damage here. And the YOLO cav at the same time. Nice. Look at these cavalry. They're actually suffering lots of damage. And to these summons that, like, Luke does not give a shit if he loses them anyway. More cavalry coming out to be able to defend. Is that battalion going to go down? And Luke is targeting it with the YOLO cab. That's really, really good micromanagement there from Luke. I've got to say. Amazing micromanagement. To be able to focus that one battalion and see that that's the weak one and that's the one that you should focus. Really, really good play. And JoJo's lost so much of his cavalry there. He hasn't lost a single battalion. Even this guy just about managing to survive. The Merry Snipe, though. The Merry Snipe. No. He could have. Could have got the Merry Snipe in there. That would have been nice. He's actually destroying his cavalry. He's destroying his stables, and he's going to get a well here to try and replenish them. But that's going to put his cavalry out of action for quite a while. And look, this is the stuff that he's having to use to harass the map with. Whereas Rohan's got such a better infantry now. Usually Gondor can rely on its infantry. But Rohan's infantry is actually better with all of these captains of Rohan. Right, let's have a look at the resources. In comes the cavalry archers. Wow. And I'm assuming he's using this maybe for the eco, maybe for the upgrades. I'm assuming he's not going to go straight for rams. Although he could. He could just go straight for rams here. Because his army is so strong. 572 versus 659. And he's got more max CP. Not buying any more. But neither is JoJo. And Rohan just has the entirety of the map. Did he finally get that? He finally got that one in the bottom corner. He has the entire map here. Charging into pikes, but not enough damage to lose a battalion. And now the cavalry archers. Oh my god. This is looking like it could be a loss for JoJo. It could be a surprise defeat here for JoJo. He has not played badly by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, he's played amazingly well. But the power of Rohan here against Gondor. JoJo without ranges will have a hard time. I agree 120 million billion trillion %. He needs ranges to counter the Rohan archers. The cavalry archers. He needs them. Without those, he can't deal with it. He won't be. I'm not saying JoJo won't be able to deal with it. I'm saying no one would be able to deal with cavalry archers. As long as they're microed reasonably well, as Luke obviously will because he's a good player, no one can cope with cavalry archers unless you have archers of your own, and ideally rangers. He has gone for a ram. He's looking to end it early here, guys. The plays from Luke, what an amazing performance from Luke. Yes, Rohan is very, very strong, but like, to go for rams there, I actually feel like that's probably the best option as well. Like, I wouldn't want to wait around and let Gondor build up, especially because his army is so strong at the moment. Gondor's army is actually pretty weak. I don't think he's got any heroes, has he? No heroes, which is fine. He's got the Mesodul. He's got the Rohan captains, which is good enough. The cavalry archers are going to be amazing against JoJo's cavalry anyway. He's got captains of Rohans that are on pikes too, which is incredible. 1,100 resources in the bank as well. 3,000 resources, though, from JoJo in the bank. Banking a lot of money there. I don't think he's unlocked his eco upgrades yet. And he's CP blocked at the same time. So loads of resources and CP blocked at the same time. That is not good for JoJo here. He's actually deciding to target the wall. Maybe going straight to try and kill the well, which is not a bad idea. He needs a proxy heal against JoJo's heal. Maybe, but maybe he just needs to rush into the base and just fucking kill him. Like, that's also a good idea. The rebuild. Nice. This is amazing. What's JoJo thinking here with 2,600 resources? He's thinking Aragorn? Has he already purchased Aragorn? I can't see him in this clump, but I can't see him on the Citadel either. Yes, he is purchasing Aragorn. So he's hoping that Aragorn is going to be enough. He's actually going for towers. Oh my god. The siege is real. This is a siege. And this is genuinely a siege. I take it all back, Elendil. You were right. This is a siege. More soldiers of Mesodul. So he's doubling down on the soldiers of Mesodul, is Luke. 1,200 resources. Going for more CP. I guess his idea is just cavalry archers and cavalry. And Mesodul units. Strider is going to come out just in enough time to help with the defense. Druidane ready on recharge, but the statue is not. He's going straight for the, well, as we suspected. The Ram's coming around to attack the tower. Very, very nice. This is looking awful for JoJo right now. Yes, he does have Aragorn. Yes, Aragorn is really, really good. And he does have AoE when he's got his Blade Master. The barrage is really, really nice to see. and he's doing the right thing, I think. He's just retreating from the Blade Master and the retreating from the Blade Master and retreating from the barrage. The right decision, in my opinion. Losing a Mesidor unit there and letting Aragorn level up to level 3, which could be dangerous. How is he going to counter Aragorn? I guess he could counter Aragorn by just not fighting him when he's on Blade Master. Because if you didn't know, Blade Master is AoE. When he's not on Blade Master, he is not AoE. So he's only going to be able to deal damage to one unit. That looks like exactly what Luke is doing here. Really, really good decision making from Luke so far. Out comes the YOLO Cav. Ooh, are they? Oh no, they're the normal. I thought they were the cavalry archers, but they're not. He's micromanaging the cavalry archers really well. Well, having said that, he's attacking the forge with them. That is not good micromanagement. He needs to be attacking the units here with them. Let's have a look at the CP. How's it going? 684. But he's dealing damage. Even if he just deals damage to some of these buildings, even if he doesn't end it here, now he's micromanaging them a little bit better and bringing them in to try and attack the units. Although they're kind of running all over the place. A little bit hard to micromanage them in this small base. 520 CP versus 1000 CP. This looks like it's GG, is it not? Surely he's going to take down the Citadel as well. And Luke, it's looking like the surprise victory over the amazing player that is JoJo. Well done, Luke. Amazing. The guts to just go straight for the Rams against someone like JoJo as well and just think, you know what? I've got enough to beat him here and I'm just going to beat him. I'm not going to wait around. I'm not going to waste time. I'm just going to win. Yeah, he's playing brave, but not optimal, but playing brave. Like, you've got to give him credit here. And, I mean, you say it's not optimal, but I would say that this is optimal. Like, even if he loses all of his stuff here, which he's not going to do, even if he lost all his stuff, like, he's dealt enough damage. He has dealt enough damage, and it looks like 100 resources, 100 CP, sorry, 1,800 resources. Yes, Aragorn is managing to stay alive, and he's unfortunately having to look at the defeat of Gondor to Rohan. Who would have thought it, that Gondor gets defeated to Rohan, of all people? Not even Mordor. And the Cav Archers coming out, dealing massive damage. Aragorn is going to go down here too, and that is GG, undoubtedly. Amazing play by Luke. Well done. Again, a round of applause. What a 3 games that was from both players. Amazing. Edain at its finest, I would say. And congratulations, Luke. JoJo gives the GG. Luke gives the GG. And the well played. Incredible. Amazing. Was that a barrage then? No. Wow. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Incredible scenes in this Edain tournament. Some of the best matches of Edain I've ever seen. Great games. And JoJo, surprisingly, has fallen out of the tournament. Still, I would say, one of, if not the best players, definitely right now, potentially of all time, is JoJo. Without a doubt. I mean, he's lost to the Rohan and he's lost to cavalry archers, which is no shame, and he's lost to Luke, who is clearly a great player. To be honest with you, I did not realise that Luke was as good of a player as he did. He surprised me in this game. I thought it would have been 3 victories for JoJo, but Luke's just playing amazingly. Clearly, I'm completely out of the loop. Let's have a look here. Units, Luke consistently ahead. He played so well. He just countered everything that JoJo threw at him, and he won. Amazing play. Incredible. That first game was insane. I know, right? And the second and third games were pretty good too. But that first game was incredible. Like, one of the best I've ever seen. One of the best is out? Yeah. I would say JoJo is currently the best player. Mostly everyone else would agree that he is the best player at the moment. Potentially one of the best of all time. And he's gone out early on. Well, not early on. He still made it to the quarterfinals, but he's out now. Luke won because of Gambling's JoJo start, to be fair. Potentially. JoJo threw the first game. Gambling Rush is not really good versus Mordor. Maybe. Maybe he tried to switch it up and be funky. Like Funky Goodfella. But there's only one Funk Master in Edain. And that's your boy. Gambling Rush is not really good versus Mordor. I felt like it could have worked, because most people go for Orc spam these days and not Trolls, but to just switch it up and go for Trolls, amazing decision making by Luke. Incredible games. Let's see if we can get an interview, guys. They're probably talking to the German streamers at the moment. Let's see if we can get an interview with either of the players. Let me just type it in. Any chance of an interview? Let's have a look. Where are they? They're all currently in the German stream, but I'd like to have an interview with them for you guys to hear. Can you actually hear? If I do this, guys, can you hear that sound? Because if so, you should easily be able to hear it. I could just hop into the live stream and be quiet. I might just do that and then hopefully get some interview.
Hey, good fella.
Hi.
Hi, hello.
So, your opinion?
My opinion is that I am amazed. I'm amazed at how well both players played. That first game was one of the best games of a day I've ever seen in my life. I feel like you're gonna enjoy the stream when you watch it back, both of you. Even JoJo. I know you're probably disappointed at the moment, but both players played amazingly in that game.
Yeah.
And in all games, actually.
Totally.
Yeah, I still think that it was not really an optimal start, but yeah.
Yeah, a few people in my chat are saying that as well. That maybe it was the gambling start.
Yeah.
But I legit thought it could have been good if Luke had gone for orc spam. Luke, I've got a question. Do you usually go for trolls?
No.
So-
Actually, the plan was to go for like normal Killungle, but then I was very surprised as you did the gambling start. That's why I was writing to the chat hashtag 3.8.1 because
Yeah.
from that style. Because I think even you, Fubuki, did that once against me in 3.8.1.
Yeah.
Okay, someone did that, and I did the same. Like I counted it with trolls, and so I remembered that, and then usually trolls are good against heroes and mass, but it was very close with the shield.
Yeah. Just give me 1 second, guys, because I'm just trying to get you on the stream. Because apparently they can't hear you. As usual, my professional streaming skills are amazing. Let's see now if they can hear that. Maybe. So just say something, guys. So just to test if they can hear it.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Saying something.
Hello?
Test.
This is just Goodfella 101 streaming.
John, it's Goodfella speaking right now.
And now it's Goodfella, great. I'm just gonna say, just are you still streaming, Gendor?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll just tell them to just jump into the Russian chat, into the German chat.
Oh,
Just
okay.
go into German room stream. Right. Let's get rid of that. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's amazing then that you managed to switch up your strategy and realise that the trolls is like a really good counter to a gambling rush, and then it did just kill it. I mean, like there was a certain point where maybe you could have kept some of your trolls alive because you managed to get like 2 trolls and then a couple of them died, and then you got a couple more and managed to get gambling. I thought maybe you could have kept some alive and had like 4 or 5 by the end, but it just worked so well. And then obviously all you needed to do was survive the early game, and then you just did amazing in the middle and late game. What do you think about the second and third games?
In the second game, I was actually my plan was all the time. I trained a lot the speaking style against Fabian, because first I thought you would pick Mordor on Brandywine, and
Yeah.
I trained that, and it was actually the same idea, but it was you countered that. He told me very blindly he was not expecting that strategy, so with destroying the beacons, because you need like 3 minutes, if I remember correctly, that the first units appear. So it was pretty close, and I think if I got a lot more beacons up, I could have won that game.
Yeah.
But well played then by you.
Yeah, it was really good from JoJo to be able to just counter that and attack the beacon straight away. but it was good. Like I really like that strategy. Like four free units, and those units are good against things that have not got heavy armor, and obviously nothing in Mordor has got heavy armor.
Yep.
Well, the issue was JoJo is so experienced in that game. He's training so much that I know he knows how to counter every strategy. But that strategy nobody used them before, and that was to see that JoJo has a strategy that he's not used to it.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Try and surprise him.
Yeah.
And the third
Yes,
game,
I mean,
third game was
I
just Rohan
didn't think
OP,
of
right?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, in that game, I trained a lot Gondor versus Rohan with Spectre, and you may think my cavalry micro was not that good that game, but it was completely intentional because
Yes, I know.
Rohan peasants are so good that you can trade so well against Gondor soldiers with the cav. So you
And
can
the thing is, if he just runs into my army, he only loses like 2 or 3 single riders
yes,
when he runs into my pikes, and he can just retreat and heal.
yeah,
Or just recruit them again, because
Yeah,
it costs
yeah,
only
yeah.
280, and he gets
so
them
fast.
instantly.
Yeah, that's something that should probably be looked at because it's like
Yeah,
that
I
is
tested that. I tested that. I don't know, like yesterday or the day before. But
so. How much?
and
Is,
if you run with a battalion of Rohirrim straight into Gondor pikes, you'll just lose 3 riders, not more.
and the other thing I was noticing as well is like it's not like the swords were protected. The swords died. Like every trample,
Yeah.
it just left like a whole shitload of swords dead on the floor, despite the pikes being in there. So that was really, really strong. Yeah, so how much are they then? 280 resources for one battalion of
Yeah,
cavalry.
if you have the full discount, they cost 280.
And then the pikes are more expensive anyway. So even trading off one cavalry for one pike, you're actually winning in terms of resources.
And you can recruit them faster, so...
Yeah. Great games though, guys. Hopefully you watch the stream back and you have a look and see what it was like. I got a bit emotional at some certain points, especially in the first game.
Nice.
It's fun to watch, actually.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yep, I agree.
And such high level play as well, such high skill level.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah.
Right
Well,
then,
I
I need
think
to
I'm
train
gonna-
for mine now. I've got 10 minutes and then I'm just going to start my game and lose to Fabian.
Nice.
Just to say for that game against Fabian, we're gonna stay in the same network at Hamashi. Fubuki is gonna leave the network, and Fabian is gonna join.
Yeah,
So
and you
we-
can stay there. because-
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah,
I
it's
will.
like a commentator.
exactly. So we're all gonna stay in that network, except Fubuki.
Also ich rede jetzt auf Deutsch, weil ich bad in
Ja, ja.
Englisch. Ihr müsstet dann ein neues aufmachen, weil ich kann nicht selbst aus meinem eigenen Netzwerk rausgehen.
Ach so, müssen wir das echt?
Ja, dann machen wir das.
Ja.
Okay.
Also ich kann leider keinen anderen hier
Okay.
die Rechte
Okay, alles
übergeben.
gut. Alles gut. Good fella, the plan has changed.
Okay.
We have to create a new one because Fubuki don't. He can't lift his own network. So I'm gonna make a new one.
Okay. But we're still going ahead with the game in 10 minutes.
We're gonna play at 8.
At
Actually.
8 o'clock.
Oh,
So
okay.
1 hour.
Oh, yeah, so we got an hour and
So
10 minutes, don't we?
Yeah. So you can train again or something.
Yeah, I'm getting confused with my time and your time.
Your time
No
zone.
worries, no worries.
I didn't have any time to like check the chats. I didn't have any time to make any jokes. It was just all, oh my god, look at this. Oh my god, look at that.
Nice.
What did you think about the base trade in the first game?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was so good.
Yeah, it was
And obviously
the
Rohan-
only chance I had to maybe
Yeah.
still get a
And-
win out
and
of
you-
it, so I tried it.
And it was close as well. Like, you obviously did way more damage to Mordor's base than Mordor's to yours, but then
Yes,
it still wasn't enough.
yeah.
It would have been a lot better, I think, Luke, if you'd come back to try and defend it and then attacked. But
Well,
I don't-
Yeah, he
Also-
already told me that he was just thinking YOLO, let's go for it.
yeah, I think like at the time I
So
probably
he
would have
knew
done the
that it
same
would be
thing.
better to defend. He just wanted to do it.
Oh, nice.
So in that moment, I was
For the
thinking
fans.
as if it was in
Double
a-
tower. What the fuck?
Spartacus? What?
I wanna know about double tower and barracks.
Yeah,
I
what
wanna
is
know.
about that?
Gut, ich würde mich irgendwo ziehen, weil ich glaube, ich werde hier nicht mehr gebraucht.
Alles
Oder
gut, aber
doch?
danke für Buki, ne?
Alles klar. Dann, wir sehen uns. Ciao.
Yo, bis dann.
Ciao.
Ciao. So I'm gonna leave a message in
Oops.
chat for the players with the name and the password.
Mhm. Well, what I was saying that I just was thinking as if I was in a
What time zone are you living in, good fella?
GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. The real one.
Oh, okay.
The real time zone.
Okay,
The zero time zone.
So we're gonna stream again at 8.
Nice.
Is that not,
Schaut bitte den englischen Stream, der ist besser als dabei. Hat man das gehört? Ich hoff's.
Ich hab's
weiß ich
gehört.
nicht. Ich hab's auch verstanden, aber ob es der Stream verstanden hat, weiß ich nicht. Ich sag's nochmal auf Deutsch kurz. Der neue Stream startet um 8 Uhr. Goodfella gegen Fabian. Es wird auch nochmal spannend. Ich bin gespannt, wie sich Goodfella schlagen wird. Und vor allem, wie sich Fabian dagegen macht.
Mhm.
In dem Sinne verabschieden wir uns hier an dieser Stelle. We're saying goodbye to the chat and we see you at 8.
See you.
Auf Wiedersehen. And I'm going to end my stream here as well, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. And Spartacus, he went for 2 towers just because everybody rushes with Mordor now. So you have to get towers. Okay, bye, guys.